everyone, welcome back to the Brenner Video YouTube channel. And today we're in Marysville, Pennsylvania with driver of the 00, Troy Rhome. Troy, thank you for having us.
Thanks for coming.
What are we looking at here?
Looking at RPM Super Sportsman that we just finished up. A little behind schedule on getting the year started, but we didn't really intend on racing this year. We had sold out at the end of the year last year and had some help get a car together and decided we should just keep going.
So why did you sell?
I took a pretty bad spill at Path Valley and broke my back. It put me out of work for about 6 months, and we all kind of decided that we should just maybe take a break.
Got the bug.
Yeah.
Why a Super Sportsman?
So my dad kind of grew up working on the Super Sportsmans, and he owned a couple at one point. We raced Sportsman for about 3 years, went sprint car racing for 2, and then we've been Sportsman racing for probably the past 7 years now. Racing's not affordable, but it's one of the divisions that is feasible for a blue collar worker, so I like it. It puts pretty good racing on. I like racing at BAPS. Puts pretty good racing on, I think. One of the more fun divisions for me. The sprint car world's definitely a little more cutthroat. It's definitely still tough, but it's a little more feasible for us.
You grew up around racing?
Sure did. Started racing when I was 5 years old.
What did you first drive?
I started in quarter midgets, and then we went to go-karts, and then from go-karts we went to 600 micros, and then when I was 13 we got our first 358, kind of moved around from there, back and forth between the 358 and the Sportsman division. The Sportsman division was still at Williams Grove on Friday nights when we started that. I enjoyed that. It was still a little bit of the old school days where it was $5 to get in the bleachers, and the bleachers were packed on a Saturday night. So we went sprint car racing just to see, wanted to try it. And it's a little more expensive, and it's definitely a little tougher at the Grove. There's pretty tough competition there. So we went Sportsman racing, and they had the tour for a while there where we could go. Bedford, Path Valley, Lincoln, Williams Grove. I know we got to Port last year, and it's just kind of nice to get around and race around a little more than Lincoln and the Grove.
Yeah,
and, the Sportsman division's pretty good, I think. Now they have the wingless division too. They're both promoted pretty well. With the wingless division's promoted very well. They get a ton of races. Race 5 times at the Grove, and you get to race pretty much wherever you want to go. Depending on the weekend, it's pretty nice.
So you can do both with these cars?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, the parts are a little different. Axles are a little different. Shocks are pretty close, but I mean, minus taking the wing off and an axle, the stuff's pretty similar.
Can you tell a big difference when you take the wing off?
Yeah, I learned the hard way a couple of times.
Really?
Yeah, the wingless stuff's it's a lot more technical. You don't have the wing to keep you planted and driving through the corner, and some nights you can't enter as hard as you want to, and you almost have to back those things into the corner to get them to get across the corner. But it definitely teaches you throttle control. I learned a lot of that with the wingless division. You don't have the wing to keep the tires stuck into the track. We did like 38 races last year between the winged and wingless. We had 2 cars. It was a good year for us, I thought. Some pretty good success, and I felt like a race car driver for once.
Now, what are the plans this season? Because you're a little bit late getting started.
Yeah, so we really didn't want to race every week. We kind of just put together like a 6 race definite schedule to run. The 40, the 100, the Williams Grove race, and then 3 random shows like the Silver Springs night at BAPS. So that was our game plan, and we might throw one or two more in, but I'd like to stay around 10 every year just to keep it in the game. I work on 2 different sprint car teams, so I stay pretty busy with my time. So it's I wanted to keep driving. My parents and I were pretty much my entire life together, so it's something that we wanted to just keep going.
Troy, a little bit of a rough time last year. Could you tell us about that?
Yeah, we went to Path Valley to race wingless. One of the couple races we ran up there last year. We started like 4th in the feature, and we were running 2nd. And I was going for the lead and drove in on the top and thought I'd be able to just drive around the guy that was leading, and he kind of got a push and slid up the racetrack, and I caught the face forward right rear and ended up flipping the whole way across 1 and 2 at Path, and it was probably one of the gnarliest crashes I've been in, especially with no wing to kind of cushion the blow to it. So rough point. We fractured my back and had a whole bunch of compression fractures, and a little bit of change of mentality when you crash like that.
So if someone doesn't know, if you get into someone with these cars, especially like a tire on a tire, that's a bad deal, right?
Yeah, open wheel racing. It's not like late models. They got the fenders and stuff to kind of beat off of each other. Usually when you hit wheels on these things, one of you is going for a ride at some point. So it's front end's a little worse than the rear end, but somebody takes the left front off of you, you got issues.
Why would someone choose one of these cars over, say, a fender car if it's that much more dangerous?
In my opinion, Central Pennsylvania's open wheel region. So I tried to drive a super late model 2 years ago, and
Just didn't like it.
I'd never get back in one again. I could tell you that. But I mean, it's a completely different driving style. The late models, they pretty much lay on the right front the whole time, and everything that I've been taught to drive one of these is completely backwards on a late model. And the late model world's definitely good. I mean, you can go anywhere and race a super, but around here, open wheel racing's big. Sprint cars and open wheel race cars are Central Pennsylvania. We used to have a tour.
Everyone was saying that.
And
everyone we talked to, they cut them way down.
It's not worth talking about half the time, but it is tough because I think the guys looked forward to that. And like last year was the first year we got back to Port Royal in, I don't know, 10 years. We rained out in first lap in the feature, and we didn't get another one this year. We raced at Lincoln last year. Thought we had a pretty good show. Didn't get another race there this year. That's kind of what I was talking about with like the wingless thing. It's promoted very well. Like them guys raced Port Royal 4 or 5 times, Williams Grove 4 or 5 times. Like, man, I'd die for that. I'd run just a tour.
What do you do besides racing?
So I work on Danny Dietrich's number 48 410 sprint car. I help them out throughout the week and on the weekends. And
throughout the week, how many times a week can that happen?
We do usually one night a week, shop night, and then on a typical week, Friday, Saturday, sometimes Sunday. This coming week's Tuesday Grandview, Wednesday Lincoln, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at Port. So it can get pretty busy.
And you work a full-time job.
Yep. And we're gonna try and race. And I work on Justin Foster's 358 sprint car, which we just pretty much run the Grove on Friday nights primarily. It's just, probably 10 to 15 shows a year with rainouts. Do his stuff usually Wednesdays and Danny's Tuesdays. And
that's all you do is racing?
Racing.
Wow.
Work on elevators for a living. So I stay pretty busy.
The car looks amazing. Who are the sponsors on the car this season?
So we got some new ones this year, but, the other side of the car's got Bruner Service Center. Jake Sprignoli, he's a pretty big hand in why we're doing this year. RKL Paving, Luke and Christina Dietrich, this was his car, and he helped us kind of get into it because he was getting out of racing. And his uncle's, Russ Minton, Russell builds these cars. And Russell's letting us use his trailer for the year, kind of saved us the expense of having to buy one. And JST Enterprises, they're HRP wing dealer, and they build engine heaters for sprint cars, so they're helping us out with that side of things, so we didn't have to buy one. Penske Racing Shocks, Dave Reedy, he's stellar on our side of things for shocks. Seems to be the name of the game anymore. Blazers Body Shop, TNC Concepts, Trey Starks, he got us some pretty badass components to put on this thing for this year to try and have a little bit of innovation. Try some different stuff out. Connor's Lounge, Tomorrow's Treasures, Jim's Racing Tires, Myers RV, Superstores, 717 Innovations, Preventive Fabrication, Fastener Specialties, 87 Speed Titanium. Obviously, my mom and dad, they're the reason I do this. So I have a pretty good crew that comes around. My best friend Johnny's my tire guy, and one of our family friends lives right up the street. He's one of our guys. He's our motor guy, so it's everybody's pretty close. My Uncle Terry, he comes around, helps me do the car stuff throughout the week, so we stay pretty busy. It just kind of helps, Danny Dietrich, he helps me out with tires and stuff to get through the year, anything to keep the expense down. So
if anyone wants to follow you on social media, how can they do that?
I'm on Facebook and Instagram under Troy Rhome, and then I do have a racing page on Facebook. It's called Rhome Family Motorsports. I don't post a whole lot, but I try and do something good on there every once in a while.
Thank you for having us out.
Thanks for coming.
Appreciate it. We hope you do very well this season. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and we'll see you on the next one.
Built for horsepower, filmed full throttle, brand new.